total project is about $1.4 billion by the time we're all said and done.
Okay, and that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. What is your role? How does your role relate to LP Simonelli as we are the program manager?
As Gary was the main contact with Simonelli, that I've taken over that role. So Gene Partridge, your vice president, I interact with him almost on a daily basis. We meet weekly to talk about challenges that we have within the project, design challenges, economic challenges, financial challenges, closing the gap. Actually, phase 5, we have some gap issues, and that what the state allows us to spend and what the project is actually going to cost is going to, there's a significant gap there. So we're working now on how to really close that gap financially, looking at several different avenues for funding to get that that gap closed and move the project forward.
Okay, so speaking going forward, it's safe to say, you can tell our viewers and all those parents whose children are attending these new schools and the schools that are slated to be renovated, that phase 4 and phase 5, they are in place.
Correct, correct. Phase 4 is just, as I say, going into construction. Phase 5 is on the design table. Phase 3 is wrapping up. Phase 2 and phase 1, those schools are renovated and in operation. You know, the thing to take note of is that we're incorporating state-of-the-art technology, 21st century technology in all of our schools. When all is said and done, we'll have 48 schools that will be state-of-the-art.
Right, which is exciting.
Which is exciting.
Yeah.
And it's something, one of the many things, the challenges that you asked about, one of them is getting the word out to the community that we have quite an asset here in these renovated schools.
Absolutely. Tell them that again.
And, no, it's an important thing to recognize, is that there's a significant investment being made in bringing state-of-the-art technology to the education arena. You know, we're charged with sort of getting that word out there. Number one, to let people know, you know, come out and look at the schools, see what we have, see the computers, see the whiteboards, see all these teaching aids that hopefully will facilitate and improve the learning opportunity that the district provides for the students, as well as the fact that we'll be maintaining and protecting this investment for the future and for the community.
That's right, and that's what we're talking about. That's what it's all about. Thank you so much, Joe. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you, Tracy.
Okay, we'll be right back. The Buffalo Public Schools is hosting their second annual Scholarship Fair. The Mission Possible Higher Learning Scholarship Fair will give high school juniors and seniors an opportunity to network with local university and colleges, gather scholarship information, and learn about the free application for federal student aid application process. This event will be held on Saturday, February 6th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Bennett High School on Main Street. To pre-register, go to buffaloschools.org. Walk-in registrations will be available, but early registration is encouraged. The Buffalo Public Schools Scholarship Fair offers seminars for students and parents, as well as an exhibitor area featuring many local organizations. The highlight will be the well-known College Goals Sunday program, which will navigate students through the free application for federal student aid paperwork. This event is sponsored by the Buffalo Public Schools, LP Simonelli, College Goals Sunday, Junior Achievement, University of Buffalo, ECMC, and IBEW. For sponsorship and vendor information, please contact Tanja Williams at tmwilliams@buffaloschools.org or 816-3702. A seasoned professional, Dudley West has been estimating construction projects of all types and sizes. As Vice President of Estimating for LP Simonelli's Construction Management Division, he manages the administration and coordination of all estimating and scheduling for the $1.3 billion Buffalo Schools renovation project. LP Simonelli's full-time staff of estimators consistently delivers detailed and accurate cost estimates at every phase of pre-construction, from concept to design development to construction documentation. Okay, Dudley, you've had a lot of experience in estimating, over 20 years, estimating different jobs. Why don't you start by taking us through the estimating and pre-construction procedures as it relates to the Buffalo Schools project?
Yeah, fundamentally what we do is we are in charge of controlling the cost for all the projects on the schools project. We have at this phase 5, we're starting right now. There's 7 different schools. What we have is a schedule that we have to watch, and we have to coordinate all the design schedules, and then we have to estimate at every design. We have on the wall here kind of a master activity schedule, which allows us to track all the schools, the design phases, and where we have to plug in and estimate every job. So that's critical. The project executives for the Buffalo Schools program develops that. We walk through that over the next 6 or 8 months worth of estimating. So that's really the fundamental roadmap for how we get through the estimating process. And then the estimating that we do is really constituted from about 10 guys who work down the hall, women and guys, who end up doing all the estimating for the project. And that goes from just small back of the napkin estimates at the very beginning all the way up to a full detailed estimate, which is when you go from like 5 pages of drawings up to about 150 pages of drawings.
Wow, okay.
So we go through a whole lot of time and energy. We spend hundreds and hundreds of hours to get into this on every detail level. And when we go through, we produce an estimate. We end up seeing if we're close to budget, on budget, or over budget. And if we're over budget, we have to sit down and walk through the design with the architects and the school, understand where we're over, if we have to correct any of the design, or if we're under budget, we want to enhance the project a little more, we do that. So our job is really to control the cost as it goes through design, which is basically what we do every day.
So we've gone through the master activity schedule, and we've gone through estimating.
Right.
Okay, so then what's next?
Well, once we get through the estimates and everything has been signed off as being within reasonable to the budget, it goes through back to the Buffalo Schools managers, the project managers. They scope the project, so they create a scope of work for an individual trade contract, if it's general construction or if it's mechanical, electrical. We want to make sure that when the contractors bid the work, that they're bidding an accurate and consistent scope of work, so everybody's looking at the job the same way. So when all the bids come in, we have a level playing field. So we want to make sure that the scoping is accurate, and it's critical to the success of the bidding. And then we go into construction. So we take bids, we award contracts, and then it's off to construction.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes into it, and I know our viewers don't realize that before a shovel goes into the ground, there's so much work that's behind the scenes. So let's just go back and take one school in particular.
Okay.
How long would it take to get from the very beginning to, shovel in the ground, just on an average?
Well, I would say this is a great role. You start, let's take 59, which is what's on my board back here, School 59. October is when the schematic design is starting, and we wouldn't be done until August.
Okay.
So it's a 8-month process.
8-month
and it's
process.
even before that we jump in and do these test fits, which allow us to figure out if that school fits, how that school fits within the budget earlier than that.
Right.
So it's probably 10-month process.
Okay, wow.
Yeah,
Well,
and with that comes a lot of time and energy on the costing side of it.
absolutely. And I just want to point out that this is only one aspect of what you do.
Yeah.
This is just in relation to the Buffalo Schools project. You basically handle all of the estimating and pre-construction for all of LT Simonelli's corporate offices, correct?
That's correct. We end up I'm in charge of the pre-construction group for the CM division. We also have a GC division, but in the CM division we manage and I oversee all of the estimating for all of that work that we do outside of just the Buffalo Schools program. So we have other school work, we have university work, we have gaming work, so it runs the gamut. We can go from a small, $1 million project to a $300 million project.
Right, easily.
Yeah, so it's a lot of work all the time.
That's right.
So it keeps us busy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dudley and his team of estimators play an integral part of the Buffalo Schools project. Before a shovel goes into the ground, months of estimating and pre-construction are unfolding behind the scenes. From day one, the overriding goal is to ensure that the design of the school as it evolves will be realized within the allocated budget and conceived schedule. During pre-construction, a great deal of value is built into the design and procurement of the project.
Dudley, thank you so much
Oh, you're welcome.
for being my guest today. And I just want to say it's always a pleasure working with you. You and I have worked together for many years,
Right.
you know, and it's always a pleasure.
It's my pleasure that you interviewed me.
Great. Okay, we'll
Thanks.
be right back.
All right.